Hey guys, it's Cerulean Jake bringing to you another episode of Fire Emblem Engage, and I just want to start off by letting you know that this is going to be an immediate jump in length for how long these videos usually tend to be. I know that my Fire Emblem Engage videos tend to be a little bit longer, but this one will be even longer. So it will, or at least it should, go down in length immediately following that. But I just wanted to let you know ahead of time that this one's going to be a long one, so strap in. First thing I want to do is I want to go to the Iron Dagger, and we want to forge this baby. So this is as far as we can get it without having to spend a silver, so that's what we're going to do. After all, it's just 1 point of might for something we're eventually going to throw away anyway. We could also upgrade it, but you'll see that the weight is also going to go up. And then it's going to become even more expensive. I can spoil, if you upgrade this is just going to become a silver dagger, and we don't want that. Or not silver, sorry, steel. We don't want that, so we're just going to grab a level 4 iron dagger, and this is basically going to cover Yunaka until we're ready to give her a silver one. We're also going to engrave it with the Micaiah, the Dawn emblem, or Dawn engraving. This is going to give her a bonus 40 of Void, as well as dropping the weight. Not that it really needs it. The might will also go down, but our objective with Yunaka isn't necessarily to secure one-shots. Our objective is to do lots of good chip and never get hit. So, this engraving it is. Next thing I want to look at is I want to look at what we have. We have 150 iron as well as 4 silver. It probably means we're not going to be able to forge anything here. We do want to go ahead and take a look at what it's going to take to forge this Revanche and the Reprisal, because those are good weapons that we're going to want to start using. We actually can go ahead and forge the Revanche. This is the one we're going to want to forge over Reprisal, because being a crit weapon, it actually gets pretty high in crit and extremely high in damage, with a might of 24. This is definitely something that we're going to be using long term, but since we can't really make good use of it right now, since we don't have any good axe users, it's just going to be sitting on the bench. Reprisalis, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure we already have some people who could use that, and it could be good. Only issue is, doesn't have anything special about it. It doesn't get crit, and I mean, sure, you can get the weight pretty well down, but it does even less damage than the axe. So overall, I don't think that this weapon is stellar, but it's certainly not bad, and it's going to be a lot better than most things that you can pick up. So I guess I could do +1. It'll deal a little bit more damage and have a little bit more hit.
I'll be here.
Do I actually have anyone who can use it? Am I correct on that? You have a... Where do I see it? You have a B in Lances. B. Yeah, we don't have anyone who can use it. No point in even doing that. Obviously, Anna's not even going to have an A in Axes, so she can't use Revanche. So that's fine. We're just going to leave all that behind. Worry about it later. Let's get our eggs, carp, steel ingot, another iron ingot. Taking you out to pasture, buddy. I'm also going to see if replacing this sheep with the dog will give me a spawn. Oh, it does! Oh, it's still just milk. Okay, that's fine. We can check up on what we did last time. What we tossed in the well has now come back. Let me get the horse manure out of here. We got an adept book. That's very nice. And a killer axe is awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and transform some more items. Realistically, nobody's using this steel sword. I know we have it on Saline, but she's going to be using... Well, actually, let's hold on to the steel stuff, because we can use that to get to level 4. Let's continue to do some low-level stuff. I mean, unless we want to try to shoot for a... We do have 3 steel items that were just... Well, you're using the steel lance. That's fair enough. Maybe we don't want to do this. I suppose I could give him like the Rider's Bane. It's 8 with a weight of 13. 11. That is a jump down, in all fairness. Steel sword. Can we make it without the steel? We have 2 poleaxes. We don't need that. Nice. Okay. That gets us to 3. Can we get to 4? We're definitely using that steel bow. Anything else we don't want? Obviously, we can throw in the vulneraries, but we don't want to do that. What would the steel lance give us if we did that and just an iron weapon? No, that wouldn't do it for us. Okay, let's back it up. Let's just go for a level 3. Slim. I still use the iron every now and again, but I think we can afford to just get rid of it. We're not using that. We only need 1, if that. But we can try to hold on to that and sell it later. Let's get rid of the mini bow. We're never going to use that. Pretty much only ever going to use the steel bow from now on. Okay, maybe iron plus a surge. That'll do it. Let's toss it down. Good. Moving right along. Trying to make this quick. I think the last thing I need to show you before I just cut the video, I need to show you who I'm going to train in the arena and what meal I'm going to make. After that, I think you don't need to see anything else that happens here. So let's train up. Oh, there is actually one more thing I want to do here. I'll do it after I'm done training.
This should be a fun workout.
If I win, you'd better buy something.
She could have won if she crit.
My loss, but your gain.
My muscles deserve a treat after that.
Gotta win. Get some EXP and a level up. You know what? It's a speed. We'll take it. We will take the speed. Etier is going to be a big time boon to us in this upcoming battle, so we definitely want her looking as good as possible.
Today's workout begins now.
This is why I was recommending that even if you don't plan on using Etier long term, you should have Etier get some experience.
What I still need to work on.
Technically, you could wait, but I don't like waiting. I like getting this as soon as possible. I just got the same level up. I suppose I'll take it. Nobody else matter. Oh, you're close. You do matter.
It's that mysterious wanderer, Yunaka!
I've been observing the way you fight.
Thanks for the info, buddy. So let's see. There are a couple people who could use some inheritance.
You got me.
Didn't get the level up, that's fine. I did want to issue a correction for something I said. It does look like it does matter whether or not you win. It's just that later game, when the gains from this falls off, it looks like it evens out. Doesn't really matter as much if you win. For now, I think it does. So something I want to do is I want to go ahead, get some emblem training. Jake versus... Well, I'd like to win. We're not getting EXP for it, but I'd like to try to win. So let's do Edelgard. Actually, she's gonna absolutely clap me because I'm a dragon. It's okay, it'll be fine.
Let's have a good match.
I am Edelgard. Let us spar.
I am the divine dragon.
71 damage! Holy crap!
Somehow I won.
Oh, man. That wouldn't be a sparring
Hey,
match. She would have
Claude.
killed me.
I've heard you're called the Master Tactician. I'd love to get some pointers.
Wow, so serious right off the bat. Okay, set your sword aside for a bit. We'll walk and talk.
Alright. Got to level 5, so now we have skill inheritance, but that's not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is... we need to go a little further. Wow, we really gotta go far for this. We're looking for weapon sync, so we need to get to level 12. We are using up a lot of bond fragments, so you see why collecting a good supply of these is pretty important.
Edelgard, Princess of the Adrestian Empire.
Nice.
I lost. Disappointing.
Somehow I won.
You won because you dodged. That's what it came down to.
I'm having a hard time deciding which weapon truly suits me.
A sword.
How did you choose?
Well, the hero's relic passed down in my family was a lance. I suppose it was decided for me.
I assure you, my friend, it is a sword. You should use a sword. So Emblem. We're gonna do one more training session. Let's fight Claude. Just for something different. 1,000 fragments down, but
Holding back.
we can get weapons.
I'm Claude. Let's keep this friendly.
And we're dead.
As I expected.
Yeah, Fail Not is also still effective against us, I'm pretty sure. Even if it's not, it has a crazy base damage. Alright, got weapon sync. Now we just need to inherit it. How much off are we? We have 1,200. We need... Wow! Okay, I was looking at Weapon Sync Plus, but still, normal Weapon Sync is still a lot. I'm not sure we can even reach that with the books that we have. Let's find out. Definitely going to take, like, using most of what we got. Okay, so let's use this to get 1,000. That takes us to 2k. If we use 2 of these... There we go. That'll put us even over the mark. So let's go ahead and inherit. Weapon sync. And since we have some spare, I did say I wanted to show you how OP lineage is. So let's go ahead and take it. We'll go to inventory. Manage skills. Put it on and put it on. Perfect. You are all set up and ready to go. Let's go ahead and get out of here, because no one else can really inherit anything that they really want right now. There are a couple that could start working towards some stuff, but they don't really need it right this minute, because they wouldn't benefit from it. Lastly, we want to go ahead and make a meal. I believe Anna's actually okay at making meals, so we'll go ahead and use her. We'll do Celine and Chloe. Ooh, somebody doesn't... You're neutral on it. Okay. It's what you're expert at, though. Oh, yeah, she's not from... I don't have people where she's from. She's from Elusia. I don't have anyone from Elusia, so let's just do what we were gonna do. Celine's neutral on it, so she'll be fine with it, and she's expert in candied fruits. Maybe we'll manage to get some bonus strength out of it, preferably. But I mean, +2 speed is +2 speed. It's hard to argue against that. We'll even give you a rare fruit to work with.
This merchant is also a great chef. I don't like knives much, but I'll do my best. I'd put this up against any cook's best.
A hearty meal, tastefully presented.
This is so good.
Okay. C rank, not bad. +3 magic. Salene's gonna pop off. It does dispose of the other meal, so we will have to go into our inventory, and Selene is going to need to pick up Anna's meal. So take that. Alright, so I believe I've shown off everything I need to show off. If something comes up, then I will pop back in and let you know. But other than that, we are going to skip to where we are ready to do the chapter. See you in a minute. Alright, here we are. We are done. And there's one last thing I want to handle before we move out, so that's why we're on this screen. In the last chapter, or paralogue rather, we got access to a fun little item called a Master Seal, unlocking changing class. So it's time to cover this. So, in order to change into a class, you need to have the correct proficiency. So, for example, if I wanted to be an axe fighter as Elyos, well, Elyos doesn't naturally know how to use axes, but earlier I was training with Edelgard. She unlocked the axe proficiency for me, which means now, if I so chose, and if I had a second seal, which is another item that we don't have at the moment, but we will. If we had a second seal, then we could... I'm getting caught up on something because something occurred to me that I need to look for. I'm gonna have to cut the video. If we had a second seal, we'd be able to promote into the axe fighter, is what I was trying to spit out. Also, some units have innate proficiencies, making them have the strongest potential in those areas. So, for example, you see Louis being promoted into a general there. But what you might not know is that general can actually use any weapon in this game. Maybe not swords, but I know they can use axes. What type of general you promote into is your choice. So, do you want to promote Louis into an axe general? Well, that doesn't have his personal proficiency in it, so he's only going to have an A rank in axes. Whereas if you promote him into a lance general, he will have an S rank into lances. And this is a huge departure from how Fire Emblem normally works. Normally in Fire Emblem, your proficiencies or your weapon ranks are earned via practice. The more a unit uses a weapon, the better they get with it. But in this game, it's inherent. And that's something I really appreciate about this game that helps sort of tamp down on the everyone can be anything that Three Houses had a problem with. And it makes it to where a lot of classes actually serve different purposes rather than just being sort of catch-alls. I already talked about earning proficiencies from emblems. So since we have a Master Seal rather than a second seal, all we can do is promote. But that's perfectly fine because promoting is going to give us not only a ton of stats, but once we get to level 5 as this class, we will be able to get this skill, the Divine Spirit. Unit's engage meter is shortened by 1 step. Now if you want to check out what every other class gets once you reach it, you can go ahead and scroll through and learn what all of them do, but I don't think that that's super important. You can do that on your own time. I do also want to note one last thing is that over on the left you can see what proficiencies your character has, and Elyos specifically has a self-proficiency in sword. So obviously Swords Master is going to have an S rank in swords, but let's say he went something that is a little more generic, like a Bow Knight. A Bow Knight usually has an A rank in bow and a C rank in their sub-weapon, but he'll have a B rank instead. So, with that being the case, you might consider that when you're reclassing. But I find that the main class for our main character here, ourselves, the Divine Dragon, is actually a really good class. It gives all the stats that we are wanting out of the main character. The secondary weapon of arts doesn't really matter that much, but that's okay. So we're going to promote the main character. The number one thing that this does, and why you want to promote immediately, there is some nuance to this in old games where you want to wait until max level of level 20, or maybe somewhere around there, maybe not quite level 20. It's because you have a limited number of times that you can level up. That's not the case in this game. You want to promote immediately because you now get access to your greater growth rates. So you may be thinking, well, maybe I don't want to promote because I want my EXP to continue growing at the same rate rather than getting slowed down because I'm promoted. It doesn't work that way. In this game, the way it works is that you have an internal level. So Elyos is going to continue leveling up at around the same pace as he just was. It is going to slow down as he levels up, though, because his internal level is rising. So that's what you need to consider when choosing someone to promote. I believe promoting your MC as soon as possible is a wise idea, and you're going to get a lot out of it. Now, I do want to go ahead and do a little cut here, because I just thought of something, and I need to make sure it's going to go right. So, just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure there's something we're going to need to do in this next chapter, and we don't have the items to do it, and I couldn't remember if you get the items in that chapter or not. We do, so we're fine if we go into the chapter without it. Another skirmish there if we wanted to do that, but I don't quite care about that right now. I want to do this. So if we go this way, we now have access to the divine paralogs. It's a new world map, and realistically, it's just a small little island with a few maps on it. This is set aside from the main story, and it will start to level up in difficulty as you progress through the game. So, we are more than equipped to take on this challenge. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but it does mean that we are fine to do it. However, you can't just wait until you've completed most of the game and then come back to this and expect to roll over it, because it will level up with you.
Here we are, the island south of Firene. I definitely feel the presence of an emblem.
That looks like an altar over there.
With a bracelet resting on top of it. Must be the emblem inside I'm sensing. Yes, I feel it now.
What is it, Divine One?
I think an invocation just came to me. I'll try summoning the emblem now.
Dreamwell, Emblem of Dragons!
Marmai? No, excuse me, but who are you?
I'm the Divine Dragon. We came here because I sensed your presence.
Divine Dragon? Why, that's what I am too. My name is Emblem Tiki. I must thank you for waking me. I feel I've been asleep for a very long time.
I can relate to that, Tiki. Do you happen to remember anything from before your sleep?
I know my bracelet friends and I were all somewhere, very far away. We fought in so many battles. I cannot recall how they ended. I do remember someone very gentle helping me to sleep. I wonder who it was.
Someone gentle.
I was kept asleep in my former world too. It was to protect me, but I was still quite frightened. But then Mama made it so that I didn't need to sleep anymore.
Do you mean Marth? Are you talking about events from the time of the Hero King?
You know him?
I do. Emblem Marth has been a guardian of Elyos for a long time. If you'd be willing to join him in fighting to save this world, we'd be very grateful.
I would love to join your group. Traveling with so many new friends sounds like fun. But if I'm to join you, I'd like to see what drives you to fight. Will you show me your essence?
Of course. How do we do that?
Why, that's easy. You can battle against me. Then I'll know your true nature. And you don't need to hold back. I am really quite strong.
She's not kidding. She's going to be fighting at full power, and that means not in little girl mode. But before we can get to her and battle it out with her, we're gonna need to go through her map, which I'm telling you is quite long. So, as I said, this is going to take a while. In terms of units that I want to use, I want to bring Anna, but I don't want to kick out Louis just yet. Because I feel like him tanking hits is actually going to be pretty helpful this map. That said, Alfred's doing pretty good on defense as well. So Alfred's good. We should be able to dodge a lot with our newly promoted MC. And Chloe's also been doing quite well also. I also have a defense tonic that I could go ahead and consume, and this is definitely not a bad place to do it. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and bring Anna, just so we can maybe pick off some weaker foes, try to get her leveling up, because just like Jean, we want to get her to level 10 as soon as possible. So we'll go and drop Louis. I meant to drop Louis, add Anna, emblem rings, and we want to give Anna something. I don't know what. Oh, we could give her Anna. I mean, it's really not going to help much, but it's something. Didn't know we weren't using her. And then the last thing we want to do is I think Jean wants to go ahead and switch with Naka. Because Jean is going to be pretty much dedicated to healing regardless, whereas Naka
Here I go.
is going to want to be fighting pretty much at every juncture. But Yunaka also doesn't benefit from any of the ones that I'm willing to give up. How much are you getting from Alphonse? Well, yeah, I guess 2, because Alphonse won't level up. I feel that you don't need it. And if you do, there's ways that we can get around you not having that strength boost. So I'm going to trade with you. You're going to get Sharina. The defense doesn't matter. You know what? Okay, hold on. You're going to get Sharina. You're going to get Anna. You're getting Alphonse. That's how we're doing it. Okay. Moving right along. We're going to want to open this up. It's going to be difficult to take this guy out because he's standing on a tile. But we should be able to do it since we have some magic as well as some just fairly accurate characters. Be over here. Oh, you can't reach if you're there. I guess we'll put you there. You there. You don't need to reach. In fact, you need to be staying back. And you're gonna one-shot the axe, so we're fine. This is fine here. I need somebody to be able to get on the tile, though. Hopefully we can do that with Yunaka. We'll see. And then just double checking before we go. Yeah, see, you need to get a vulnerary. We're not taking any chances. Vulnerary, You're fine. I guess you can go ahead and take a vulnerary since you have a slot. Away, you're fine. Put that away. Do you have another heal staff? Anybody? I mean, you have men, so I'll steal that. I'll take obstruct, why not? You're not actually in the fight, so I'll take that. Yunaka, you actually need to put that away. And I'll swap it for that. That'll be fine. Yunaka, put that away. You don't need it. You don't actually need anything else in your inventory either. And you want to go ahead and pick up a couple weapons, like a couple good ones. And swap with the strength tonic. You don't need it. There we go. Alright, we're ready to go. Let's do it.
Now then, show me your strength. These doors are protected by a powerful force. These sigils are the only way to unseal the doors. Do your best to reach me.
Perhaps it would be wise to head for that sigil first.
Thanks for the info. Alright. So, getting started.
I've got this.
Easily, the first thing we want to do, go ahead and take this guy out.
Sleep now.
As you can see, we are doing an insane amount of damage now. Let's go ahead and swing forward with some magic. Some guaranteed magic damage. Take a little bit in return, that's fine.
Whatever you ask.
And then we're going to see... It's not a good hit rate, but, you know, we can try. Yeah, I figured that would be the case. Move back.
I'm ready.
You are also not going to have a good hit rate.
Here goes.
Nice! Managed to score it anyway. And because we did that, we can go ahead and move away.
Let's go!
And move Yunaka onto the space.
Any customers?
Move you there. You can reach there, so we don't want to get Jean.
I'll do my best.
Whatever you say.
We don't want to get Jean in the way. You have a speed of 10 currently. Hold on. You have a speed of 14. We're just out of reach, which is perfect. What did you do to us? Oh, we can't use magic. I don't think we're really worried about that. Because you have a very limited range. You can't leave. And it's not like you give us anything anyway. Can you take this person out? As long as you hit, yes, you can. It is a little funny to see Anna using Anna's weapon from Fire Emblem Heroes. I will admit. This person here. We'll end up baiting that person if we do that. Let's just attack from here.
Drop your guard.
We'll just go ahead and crit you. decent level up. Would have preferred strength over magic, but we will take all the rest of that stuff. We do want to go ahead and bait these axe guys. Just go ahead and keep you moving. I'll heal you. We'll be able to pull the other heal staffs out of the convoy, so that'll be fine. This will also heal us this turn. We don't want to bait the axe with our lance, so we'll stay out of range for that. Silenced our healer, which is annoying.
I won't forget you.
Alright. That just means that we can attack with magic now. Not engage, we can attack. All normal like. So we haven't actually gotten into the interesting part of the chapter yet, but it's coming up very soon because you can see it right around the corner. This is another mechanic that they're throwing at us.
Slippery. We could use it to hasten our step, so long as we are careful.
I've never really understood the math on this, so I can't explain it to you. All you need to know is that these ice tiles make it to where you can move faster. So this unit has 6 move rather than 4. So we gotta be careful of that. I do want to go ahead and bait these guys. Alfred is probably one of our best options to do so, being the bulkiest among us. Wait here. Get out of range so we can actually heal next turn.
Let me at him.
You there. You there.
Our foes are strong.
There. And if you want to silence Anna, you just go right ahead. Some really good damage in with that Silver Lance. It is forcing us to take some doubles, though. Also, he gets a backup attack, so that sucks. I believe I've mentioned this before, but backup attacks are guaranteed damage so long as they hit. They don't get reduced by the defense of who you're attacking. They're just a flat damage. But it is locked at 80% hit rate, so I guess that's a bonus when you're trying to not get hurt by them. This guy's at 4 move, so maybe you have to be standing on one and you just get +2 move. Maybe that's how it works. Because I thought maybe it's just if you move across them, then it extends your move, but that's a little weird to imagine how that would work.
We'll get through this.
I'm gonna move you out of the way, because I want Anna to try to beat this kill.
Thanks for the business!
Perfect. And then we will... we're gonna go ahead and ship you out. We'll end up getting another stack of poison, which sucks. But for the most part, that should be fine. Take the kill with Chloe.
And they lived happily ever after.
If we move one step forward, we're starting to bait, and we don't want that. Let's go ahead and heal.
I'll do my best.
Okay, so we might be able to get away with it if we're using our main character, just because we're so damn dodgy. 47, and then this dragon. It's still a pretty good hit rate. Let's go ahead and bait it. See what happens. We actually have a lot better dodge rate with Yunaka. We should have used Yunaka instead. But a little too late for that. See what happens. Can we avoid this? Good. That is important. The dragons actually attack at an extremely long range. So you can't even retaliate with ranged attacks. You'd have to have a longbow or a thunder. But these dragons, as intimidating as they are, if you just look at those stats, it's pretty slow, but it's gonna pack a punch when you consider their breath attacks. Also, I guess what I should be saying is that they're intimidating because they ignore your defense and res. But they freeze you in place, which is what makes them so frustrating to go against. But they have a major weakness. They aren't just dragons. They're also flying units, which means the reason you need to be using Etier this entire time? She one-shots these bad boys. Bye-bye! So like I was saying, I was alluding to maybe you could wait a little longer and you wouldn't have to use Etier if you're trying to be fully efficient with all of your EXP. Fair enough if you don't want to do that. But I think it's perfectly fine to do it this way. So we'll go ahead and get some chip shots in so we can hand this over to Anna.
I'm pretty tough, you know.
Gotta level up, we're getting closer. Of course, we leveled up magic before strength. Not actually surprised by that. Just knowing how she is. Antitoxins are just a straight upgrade to Vulnerary, so considering this chapter, we'll take the antitoxin. I think... Who else is over here? Just him? Okay. That being the case, I will go ahead and prioritize Saline here. But Edelgard... I read it on the screen, not Edelgard. Chloe is going to go off on a little solo mission here. She's going to go kill that monk, since he has a reward we want. This chapter is actually reward heavy. So we're going to try to get as many of them as possible. And by as many of them as possible, I mean, I'm hoping all of them. We'll move this way. What do you have exactly? You have a physique. That's a very good staff. We're going to want a good stockpile of those. Because at some point, I'm pretty sure they're just going to straight up replace heal. But we do need it to be a little more common than just one in the entire game that we have access to before we do that. Get Anna moved out of the way. And then we will heal with Jean. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to just set up camp right here. You do not want to go any further than this. I promise you, you will regret it if you just enter. Now, maybe your units are just so strong that you can deal with it. I mean, I think mine are. I could realistically get out of any situation. Maybe not any, but most situations that I put myself in. But we're gonna want to just deal with what's immediately in front of us. So maybe we can go ahead and deal with some of this stuff. But we don't want to just, like, delve straight in. So, let's see. Can we get away with attacking you right quick? Cancer back will only be attracting this mage. How much damage do we do? We don't one-shot him, which... that would be detrimental to us. So we have just barely not enough strength. Even if we engage, it's not enough. We don't get any strength from that. So we'll just stand here to bait that mage. Put some damage in on him. I think, yeah, the rest of them are going to come as well. Maybe not the rest of them, just the other mage. Get you going in. Yeah, it's just silence, so he's not even going to use it. I do want to be wary of your range. Seems like people have died here thinking they were safe. I seem to remember... Okay. So it looks like we're fine going here with Yunaka. We do have great avoid, so these guys are going to have a hard time hitting us. And even if they do, it looks like they aren't doing much. I definitely recommend upgrading that dagger, because as you can see, it is putting in work, versus normally we would just be chipping these guys. Major difference. Give you a whack.
Come again.
Another kill secured. And then we're gonna run up here. If we go here, we could bait the dragon. I'm considering doing that. So our defense doesn't matter, it just matters that we have 24 health. You only deal 12. But it is 12 true damage, which is something to consider. Just out of curiosity, how much do you do? You would kill him. So if only I had a way to move you out. We don't have any repositional skills, so we can't do that. But what we can do... Well, no, you're in the way of the canter. So we kind of just got to let this happen.
Is it my turn?
I will go ahead and trade with Anna to go ahead and get the hand axe equipped. And then we will heal with Jean. Don't worry, if you have max emblem charge, you won't use up the emblem energy on the floor. So we can feel free to stand on this with no punishment. I'm going to stand you here with the longbow. The longbow is not nearly as upgraded, and your speed is going to go quite down. I'm going to try to... I believe this just reduces flats. Yeah, you take one less damage, so I may as well just stand right there. And I'll stand you here. I figured you would go for Anna. That's why we prepared for that. Yeah, unfortunate. But we can definitely live through that. This is going to be a piece of cake for us. Yeah, we don't secure the kill. That's what sucks with the longbow. And now that we've been hit, we can't move. And we have no way to restore that effect. So we'll go ahead and take care of this guy, since we can.
Simple enough.
That is something I want to mention. That weapon that guy had, shielding art, is actually, if you're gonna use arts, that's the one to use. Not because it actually offers anything offensive. It's more just when you equip it, you just get +5 defense. So, in other words, you put this on your healer, and you just never unequip it. So imagine if Jean was our healer here, and he's just always at +5 defense and never has to fight anything. That's how you want to do this.
It's just a scratch.
I may as well feed this kill over to somebody else since we're not going to be using Etier long term. You actually can secure this even with the iron. Nice.
I'm pretty tough, you know.
Alright, and she is safe, so that's good. She does not need to be anywhere, so we don't care as much if she is out of position. Because the position we're wanting to be in now is transitioning people down to the bottom area here. We want to be covering this entrance here. So we will get Elyos down, Alfred over here, and we will get Celine back down here. And we also want to go ahead and prep Etier, even though she can't move right now. Get her to full HP. We can just hope that it won't be this turn. So let's find out. It is not this turn, so Etier does get to move and get back into position. Perfect.
Gotcha.
Move you down. Anna, doesn't really matter where you go, but I guess since you have the movement for it, may as well put you back in position. I'll heal you up as well. Get that EXP. Elyos, you have 6 move, so even if you're right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you'll have move no matter what. So we'll go to the convoy. You have access to the convoy at all times, so you don't necessarily need a vulnerary on you. We're gonna take this heal out, and we're gonna go ahead and trade it over to Jean. That way he can keep spamming EXP. We could also just go ahead and use up the obstruct staff for EXP. I think it gives it to us. I don't know that for sure, because I actually don't use obstruct very often, so I don't remember what all... Like, I don't remember if it gives us EXP or not. Looks like I'm giving them more leeway than I thought. I thought they would need more. Go ahead and heal. And have at it. In turn. Here? Nope. Alright. I mean, by this point, it's pretty straightforward what I'm talking about. Like, there's gonna be reinforcements, and that is what I'm getting ready for. And it is wave after wave after wave of reinforcements. So, I just want to be prepped and ready to go for it. This is why this chapter takes so long, because you do have to just kind of sit here and wait out the turns. Now, you don't get punished for this, so there's no downside to doing it, so you may as well do it. But wow, they're giving so many turns before they show up. Like, I'm pretty sure I don't need to bait anymore. I'm pretty sure I could just leave it as is. I'm pretty sure it's just a turn. A specific turn. Yeah, there they are. Okay. I was gonna say, like, it's taking you so long. So it's always going to be 3 of them, and there will be at least 1 dragon. So, we will take out this guy.
Falter. This time, victory was mine.
We can kill you with magic. Though, admittedly, Celine doesn't actually need that much more experience anymore, because we want to level her up when she promotes. She's already at level 10, so we want to promote her as soon as possible, because we want her to be benefiting from her better growth rates as her promoted class.
was a good session.
I actually probably shouldn't be using Etier if we want to be efficient with the EXP, because I'm pretty sure Chloe can also one-round these things. You, on the other hand, should be healing somebody. I'm pretty sure you're the only one who needs it. Thank you, Resonance. Getting Jean closer to the goal. Alright. Let's end the turn. There will be a one-turn break in between. So, since everybody is at full HP, other than Jean himself, we are good to go. Next. Did I say one turn? I meant 2 turns. There we go. This time we have Armor Knights. Once again, we can just go ahead and take this out. We'll just switch to the Armor Slayer. Excellent. Next up, again, magic works perfectly here. Etier will be my backup to take out that that dragon, but first we're gonna try Chloe. Can we get some free EXP off of this? We can. Guaranteed, in fact. And we'll have more people to heal the Jean. So it works out perfectly. So there's not going to be much to talk about here for a while, because we're just going to be ending our turn, healing, and killing reinforcements until no more are showing up. And since you know what is happening here, you don't need any more info. Let's find something to talk about. Let's consult the good old list. Let's see. Topics. Okay. This topic right here is not going to transfer into a comment question of the day. It's just a silly topic, something that I noticed. So, for those of you who don't know, I've maybe mentioned it in my Let's Plays. I'm not sure. I used to mention the drinks that I was drinking all the time. I've since stopped doing that, and I guess since I'm bringing it up, if you're curious, I'm drinking a Gatorade right now. Not sponsored. So apparently that's something that you have to specify nowadays. Yeah, I'm drinking a Gatorade, but normally during these recording sessions, especially, I tend to drink energy drinks. But those things are really, really bad for you. So what I've started doing, I genuinely believe that the powdered variants, the stuff that honestly, a lot of YouTubers have been advertising it lately, all sorts of different brands, take your pick. I think those are better than the canned kind of soda-y versions of it. None of them are good for you. Let's just get that out of the way right now. You are not drinking these because they're good for you. You're drinking them because you're addicted to caffeine. It's like, that's what it is. Mages, huh? We can do pretty much the same thing, except this time,
Time to open up
I want to see if you can snatch a kill. You can. You just gotta hit. Nice. So I've sort of switched to the powder ones, and I've tried a couple brands. By the way, if I ever get popular enough to be offered a brand deal, I don't know what sort of video I would put it on because they don't really fit in a typical Let's Play. But I will let you know right now, I will never take a brand deal of something that I don't like and would use. If I wouldn't use it in my daily life, I'm not going to advertise it. That's just how it is. I believe that there is some level of integrity to doing it that way. Now, that said, there are a couple brands out there that are like, you're basically the same thing, but yours specifically I don't like. What I'm talking about, the big two ones that are being advertised all over YouTube right now are GamerSupps and Advanced GG. I have things that I like and things that I don't like about both of them. So to let you in on it, I drink GamerSupps. Of the two, I do GamerSupps. I do not like any of the flavors of Advanced GG that I have tried. I think that they have this acai berry. I'm saying it kind of like Tobuscus does in that one video. What the hell is it? Acai berry? That might not be the correct way to pronounce it. Anyway, I'm pretty sure they put acai in all of their drinks, and I think that's what makes me hate all of them. So yeah, I don't drink Advanced GG. I do GamerSupps. Problem with GamerSupps, they make good drinks, but holy crap, are all the cups that they make completely horny. Yeah, you cannot find a cup from GamerSupps. I shouldn't say can't, but most of them are going to be this way. They have, like, big titty anime girls on them. Listen, if that's your thing, if you like that, don't get me wrong. I mean, hold on. I'm obviously quite the fan myself. But it's not something I want to have on my cup. Like, I like to have some degrees of separation of those things in my life versus the products that I have. Like, I tend to think it's a little cringe, the people who walk around with the big titty anime girl t-shirts. That's crazy to me. And the idea that people would have these cups and possibly show them to the public, this is stuff I would only ever have in my house, and even then I would be a little embarrassed to have it in my house. So I'm never gonna buy any of their cups. I have two shakers that I use. One of them actually being from Advanced GG. PokeAim is a he's an affiliate over there, and I love his Pokemon content. So I got his Draco shaker. I really like how that one looks. It's really cool. And also, wouldn't you know it, very nondescript. So if I needed to take it in public, I could. And then I also just have like a generic like protein shaker. Really quick, as I continue this conversation, I want to mention, at a certain turn, these guys are going to start running at you, so you need to prep and deal with those at the same time that you're dealing with this nonsense down here. So be ready for it. It will happen. Anyhow, I have found that those are the... I prefer GamerSupps, but there is one of them out there that took the world by storm, and then for some reason, just with the advent of Advanced GG and GamerSupps, sort of disappeared from the face of advertising. And that's G Fuel. Who here remembers G Fuel? Because I certainly do, and I've ordered some of it recently, and it's still good. But there's something that I just couldn't put my finger on. Because I was smelling the powder, and I was like, this is so familiar. What is this? And I finally figured it out. Yes, that's what this whole conversation was about, is I was leading up to what does my energy drink powder smell like? It's Fun Dip. I don't know if you know what that is, because it's kind of an old candy. It's been around since I was a kid. I'm not super old, but I'm certainly older than the more modern generations. I would still be considered a young adult. We'll put it that way. So I noticed that it smells exactly like Fun Dip, and I haven't had that in ages, so it's crazy that I was able to identify that. Fun Dip, for those of you who don't know what that is, or maybe you just don't remember, maybe you don't remember what the name of it. It's that packaged powder that comes with a little stick, and the way that you eat it is you would stick there's like a little white stick that it comes with. You would stick it in your mouth, and your saliva would make it's a candied stick that makes it sticky. And then you'd put it in the powder. It would stick to the little white stirring rod thing, and you would eat it that way. And then, of course, after you were done with the powder, you can eat the stick because it's also candy.
First one's free.
And I remember liking that as a kid, and it makes a lot more sense as to why I like this G Fuel so much, because it's like, oh, at least when it comes to how it smells, it's the exact same thing. Move you out of the way. We just want Elyos taking the heat here. Because Elyos will be fine. We have 2 turns to deal with these guys.
Ready yourself.
We have all of our engages left, so we'll be fine. That should help, I agree. The dragon can reach, though. Please dodge. Alright, cool. So at least we will be in the fight. If we even need him, because there's only 2 people in range. These guys still have to get in range. Well, Chloe's at level 11 is the issue. Yunaka, you're never going to change class. I actually want you to stay a thief permanently. It doesn't appear to be a way. I guess you could be the chip damage. You wouldn't be able to move afterwards. That's the issue. And then Celine can't get in range of this armored. We can just give the kill over to... because we can do this. You're just a fighter. I don't care. I don't give a shit about you. Yeah, that's what this entire conversation was about. It's a very silly connection that I made to something from my childhood. I actually just did. I was thinking about it. I could actually transition this into a comment question of the day. But I feel like I don't need you to answer this because I know you do. The question would be, if I wanted to ask something, the question would be, do you guys ever get the that nostalgic feeling based on just smelling something? The answer is yes. like, maybe you haven't experienced it yet. Maybe you haven't had that as of yet. You will. I promise. Like, this...
Pretty tough, you know.
I'm not going to pretend like I'm a psychology expert, but I feel like majoring in it for as long as I have, being that I took fucking ages to get through college, I feel like I've at least learned a thing or two. And I've heard in multiple classes where they talk about this phenomena, and it's a thing. You'll run into it if you haven't already. So I really don't need to ask that question. Looks like we are handling this quite well, so I only have 3 topics left on my list, so I'm probably going to need to... What'd you just try to do to me? Oh, you tried to silence me. That's annoying. They're going to appear next turn. But I think with everyone down here, we can send Elyos on a little bit of a solo mission to take all of these guys on. I don't want to get silenced, so we're going to prioritize you. I know my timer isn't going to tell me exactly what I want to know. It says we're at an hour 24, but I did take a break. I had to use the restroom before I started this map, so that's not exactly accurate. So I'm not exactly sure how much time we've spent here. I'd probably say the actual recording, probably a little over an hour at this point. Which is to say that I have been talking for quite a while. It's this is my 3rd episode in this recording session, so it's no wonder my throat's starting to get a little scratchy. I also need to hurry it up. This has to be my last episode I record, because I have some family coming over at 5 o'clock. He's gonna help me. There we go. We have a topic. It's not listed on my topics, but I have something I can talk about. Thank God. I wish I would have given you the Writer's Bane now. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. Okay, so you can deal with that. You can't quite deal with that. Can you follow it up, though? Can you actually hit? 73 is not bad. Yeah, we can do this. Yeah, so I got some family coming over, and he's gonna help me with some homework. Now, I know the image that you get in your head traditionally when you're thinking of somebody helping you with homework. Nope, not quite. For the most part, this is gonna sound entirely and incredibly arrogant. I promise you. I have no illusions to being some sort of an expert. Really not. Most of my homework, I am the best suited person I know to do the homework. So realistically, getting help from people just isn't actually going to help. Did we get... Oh, we are gonna get here. Oh, but we have Headlong Rush. Perfect. Always forget about that. And we should be able to finish it off with Yunaka. So yeah, I have no illusions to pretend like I'm any sort of expert on this. In fact, the most I've ever flexed it was just a moment ago, where I've said I tend to know a thing or two because I've taken so many classes for so long now. That's the most I've ever flexed, like, haha, I know what I'm talking about. Because the more you tend to learn, the more you realize how little you know. Yeah, I wanted to.
I won't forget you.
The topic I was getting on was yeah. So it's not that he's actually going to be coming here and teaching me anything. If he could, that'd be great. Instead, what we're doing is we're doing a little bit of an interview. So hopefully my teacher doesn't see this. But I seriously doubt that my teacher is going to happen across my channel and start watching all of my episodes of Fire Emblem Engage. Become such a huge fan of me that he wants to see everything I have to say. I needed a blow-off class, and it's only blow-off in the sense that I'm not going to remember any of this. Like, I don't care too much about the subject matter. I'm putting enough effort in that I'm actually going to get a good grade. But learning and keeping all of this stuff in mind for the rest of my life, no. I feel like that is something completely fair to say, that even if somehow, some way, he heard what I had to say about this, I don't think he'd disagree. He might be a little sad because this is what he chooses to teach in college, but I mean, I don't think he'd be surprised. Probably not. So the class is called Sports Psychology and Human Performance, I think is the full name of it. Could be wrong on that one. I'd really like to kill you without getting hit. That's the thing. But I can't use my archer, because then I'm exposing her to danger. Unless I just kill that. You obviously have the move for it, because you have Sigurd equipped, and you can one-shot him. Yeah, we'll be fine, we'll be fine. Boom!
Nice.
I think it comes as no surprise to anyone who's listening to this. I am not an athlete. I used to be. I used to play football, but we are 10 years removed from that. I did the math, and yeah, it's been 10 years since I've played football, which is crazy to me because I still have very distinct memories of it.
Dream well.
But I've actually learned that it's around this age, that your teenage years and your 20s is where you're going to be sort of codifying. Is that the word for it? It's where you're going to have the most distinct and most memorable moments in your life.
Another kill for me.
So it's not too surprising, I suppose, that I distinctly remember football, even though it's 10 years ago. I'm not an athlete. I'm certainly not in shape right now. So even if I was allowed to interview myself, I don't think that I would be a good fit. But yeah, that's what the assignment is we have to interview an athlete. And what we need to talk about is this idea of the zone. I'm sure you've used that as sort of just like a saying before. This actually feels really good. I'd be giving away EXP to someone I'm not using long term though. So let's try. What I want to do is I want to use Rider's Bane and just kill these two and do a ton of damage to this one. All in one hit with Override. It would feel really good and really satisfying. But let's actually try to work this out and give EXP to people who need it. Okay, so you can kill this one, no problem. What can you reach? Okay. Interesting. You there, you there. You... there. And then both of you on there. And that only uses units that I'm using long term. Okay. Let's try it. It's a little awkward the way that we're doing this, but we're getting Chip on there, and we're going to use Jean to attack and take out this guy.
Goodbye.
And then Chloe will kill the dragon like she has been.
You were beautiful while you lasted.
We can cancel out because we didn't get hit. We can use magic to chip you down. And Anna comes in for the kill. Perfect. But anyway, yeah, so I invited my cousin over. He actually started going to the same college that I'm going to. Now, it's a little unfortunate timing because I'm graduating the same year that he started going. But in all fairness, if I had gone the traditional 4 years, if I had known what I wanted to do from the very beginning, then I would have been long gone by the time he got to college. I would be 4 years removed from him. We'll put it that way. I'm not afraid to admit it because I think I've told my whole story before. I can tell it again, but maybe that's a story for a different episode. I've gone to college and I'm graduating in my 8th year. So I know that sounds horrible, and it's like, oh my god, like, why aren't you walking away with a PhD? Well, here's the thing. I've gone around in circles, going all sorts of different majors, not being able to figure out what I wanted to do, and I eventually just settled on psychology, which technically I'm not even getting that anymore. I'm getting a general degree, because I didn't even know it existed. 3 dragons. We're definitely going to want to go ahead and use Etier this time. I could probably solve a way to get through this without it. In fact, I know I could. But this is just going to be that easy. We brought her here for a reason. May as well use her. You. But with that being the case, I suppose, you know, we can always look on the bright side. It has allowed me the unique opportunity to at least spend a year here with my cousin. And we haven't really hung out a whole lot. I do tend to be a loner, and he has his own set of friends that he likes to hang out with. But the fact that we are able to see each other a couple times and hang out, and he just has that lifeline should he need it, I feel that that's really nice. And I at least hope that he has appreciated having me around if he needed it. I hope that I was able to offer that to him. I am looking up the reinforcements. The last wave is turn 35. Turn 35. We're good to go, guys! We can play the rest of the chapter. So yeah, he's definitely been much more of an athlete than I've ever been. I heard that in high school he was actually pretty good at soccer, and he played football as a kicker as well. Kind of get the idea of like what type of an athlete he is. He's not the big burly kind. That would be more my speed if I had stayed fit. He is really... It's kind of weird because technically either version would be considered athletic, but I would refer to what he is as more athletic. He's a lot faster, a lot more nimble. And I know that, at least in video games, you may be thinking, oh, well, that's just a dog whistle way of saying that he's weak. No, that guy's, he's strong. Like, he's pretty thin, but he ain't weak. So, I definitely feel like I am hitting the mark that I should by interviewing him. At the end of the day, as I said before, this is kind of a blow-off class. So I'm just doing what I need to do to pass. But I am at least I am adhering to the spirit of this interview by actually getting an athlete that knows what he's talking about, rather than hitting up one of my gamer friends who hardly knows anything about athleticism and making them just make shit up. Be like, hey, listen, I know the last time you did anything sporty was like years ago. I just need you to make some shit up that it doesn't need to be accurate. Feel like I'm doing a much better job than that. So, that's good at least. What do we want going on over here? Yeah, we definitely want Elyos headed that way. If anything, we could actually... Okay, so I'm going to have Elyos stand here. I'm going to get the Armor Slayer equipped. We might not end up killing this guy for that, but we will kill this one. You go here. You're going to head up this way. Someone that I'm not going to need over here. Yeah, those are some tough guys, so we'll send Anna up this way. Tough looking, at least. Okay, we are nearing the end. We just actually got to do everything that we took all this time to set up. Ah, you were in the way, so I wasn't able to do anything about it. Okay. How do we want to handle this? A lot of my guys are too out of the way to help. Especially, you're completely burned. You're not going to make it. How far can you get? You're definitely not doing any damage to that guy, so let's have you finish off that one. I think it's time to pull out the... it's time to pull out the Warp Ragnarok. So otherwise we're in danger here. You have how many spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is as far as you can get. 1, 2, 3. Interesting. Wait, no, because I'd be standing here. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. We don't happen to get one more range off the combat art, do we? For a total of 4. Let's just check. Hold on. It didn't say anything about 1 extra range, but I just want to be sure. Combat art. No. No, we don't. That's a shame. Okay. Getting a little bit of staticky feedback, so I'm gonna close. I'm gonna close that, and I'm gonna reopen it. While it is reopening, I will just play from OBS. I mean, I could use magic to kill this guy. Alir can actually reach the dragon, and Alir can beat the dragon as well. So realistically, all we need to do is take out this guy, which is something that we can manage. Okay. We don't need to use up anything. We can attack here and kill him.
All in the name of peace.
Yes, sir. That one is dead. And then we are going to attack you straight on. Maybe we do use one thing. Let's engage. Go this way. Override. Silver Lance. That lets us kill rather than
Raise your sword.
rather than barely missing the kill. Very cool. And then we get to cancer away. And you run up and just finish him off.
I had to stop you.
Okay. I was having Saline move up this way to take care of this whole situation. What do you have? You have Rewarp. I need Jean to go that way. Which, I mean, he already is kind of over here. Okay. Who all needs to go over here, realistically? If we have you and Yunaka and Alfred go this way, we'll be more than okay. So we'll send you this way. You stand here, and we will end the turn. I'm trying to use as few units as possible. Damn it. Alright. We're stuck in place for a turn. Yunaka can reach him. Now, can you kill the dragon is the question. Yeah, there's no world where you kill the dragon. You're all... Oh? Momentum only works for the first hit, but if I can get momentum stacked a little bit higher... Like that, maybe? Oh, it's so close. It's so close. Does that work? No. No, it knows my game. It knows that I'm cheating. It still puts it at 1. I mean, if you just vulnerary, then what I can do is I can hit you. Wait. You have spur attack. I'd have to do it from range, though. It's just barely not enough. damn it. Whatever the case is, it can't work out. It's whatever. Block the freeze. You'll run away. How much damage do you deal? 16 compared to my 7 res. I won't die. 10 speed, you won't double me. So we can finish off the dragon. And then Alir, you have 10 res, so you have effectively 24 HP. As enough to live. You don't even necessarily need to use a vulnerary. But with Jean going that way, you may as well start healing. We have plenty of vulneraries anyway. Not like we're running out. We're just going to keep getting more with all the purple spaces that we've been landing on. Speaking of, give me free shit. Mini bow. Gonna toss that down the well eventually. You're not going to need to be anywhere in particular, so just stand there. You haven't moved yet, so start moving toward your goal. Yep, I figured you would attack Alfred, but he's doing just fine.
Another kill for me.
Gotcha.
All right.
Moving right along.
I can do better.
Like I said, we need the vulneraries now. We need to go ahead and handle this because those guys can't do what I need them to if they're just standing around.
We'll get through this.
I'll have you wait on that to get your emblem energy back, as well as use a vulnerary to top you off. Yunaka, just to be sure, you're going to move into range. Not that range, though. I'm going to have you here, and you here. Now we bait this out. I don't want you, I want the... Yeah, there's no way to stop it. They're gonna pick who I face. 2, 3 turns, and I can get an emblem energy down here. We'll do that. We'll warp Ragnarok, guarantee that we take out the Armor Knight. Actually, we can let the Armor Knight attack us and guarantee that we take out both of them. That's what we'll do.
My apologies.
Because I seriously doubt that Armor Knight is going to be able to one-shot Saline. Do we want to hold on to the rewarp? Yes, John is over here with us, so we need to trade it to him. Actually, we have Anna's meal. We can just eat it. Get Sean up here. Oh, you have a ranged weapon. Well, it doesn't matter, because I'll be able to use it this turn. Right? So let's trade. Give me rewarp, and I will staff. I will rewarp, and we want to warp Jean out here into the middle of nowhere. I'm sure you've been seeing this little sparkling thing and wondering what the hell it is. You cannot get this unless you warp out of bounds. So they fully intend this to happen this way. Let's have you get this. We will have to take a couple turns to walk over and get it, though.
You dare?
He damn near killed us, but he didn't
to
finish it. So, doing fine. So now we will walk over here. We'll open the chest. We will get 2,000 gold, as well as activate the sigil, which will open this door. It'll also create more ice in an effort to get us there faster.
Open. We should use the other sigil as well. Oh, more of the floor is turned to ice. Tread carefully, Divine One.
Thank you for explaining everything that I just said. Anyway, let's take care of this. We could use Yunaka. What are we looking at in terms of damage? 18, 9. That's 27. We could kill one of these, and then guaranteed we will not die. Or we can go for this guy and play risky. It's a 46 hit rate, and these guys have 39s, and I still have plenty. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Let's just get rid of this guy because he's going to try to freeze us in place, and we don't want that. Nice, and then we dodge it. Damn. Okay, we just have to dodge the other two as well. Or not as well, but instead. One of them missing will result in that being a fine play. So we're going to come up here, have Yunaka possibly...
For you, anything.
Possibly drag some of the attention, which would be nice, but I doubt it. We'll have Jean continue moving. We do want to hold on to Jean's Micaiah heal. I've been holding on to it this long for a reason. We could have used it earlier because there's plenty of emblem energy and plenty of time for us to charge it back up. But since we've gotten this late in the game, I want to hold on to it. Alright, so we dodged one, so we guaranteed live this.
I am guided by the emblems.
Yeah. So we took that one.
I won't forget you.
We were on death's door for sure, but we are fine. I think we should be able to move again. Yes.
Stay strong.
So let's go ahead and pop open this chest. Take what's inside. Got a warp staff. This is another way that you can get what's over there. But the warp staff is a little better than rewarp. As a matter of fact, I almost never use rewarp. So I just can't find uses for it. So I definitely think it's more worth to use up your rewarp staff to get this reward. But I guess it's up to you. You guys figure out what you would prefer. Warping your healer in to dangerous situations, or I guess technically the purpose would be warping yourself closer to people so you can heal them. But generally speaking, you want to heal someone the same turn that they're damaged, so warping yourself over is going to take up that turn. Rewarp just has a few problems that logistically have issues solving. So we're going to keep moving you guys out. We're going to have Alfred be the one to activate the sigil. He'll also grab rescue, so warp and rescue in the same chapter, in the same room even. And then right here is, I just promise you, you want to get this. The silver card. From now on, everything at the armory and the item shop will be 30% off. It's so helpful. It may not... You don't feel it. I'll admit that much. You definitely don't feel how helpful it is. but it is. Okay, so let's keep these guys moving along. I guess technically what I could do is do exactly what I said I never find a purpose for. I can rewarp over here. Not only is that going to give me EXP for using the rewarp staff, almost level 10. That only took a couple chapters. But also, I'll be able to heal Elyos at the start of the turn, so we won't immediately have to burn the Micaiah emblem. Okay, so how far can you get? Right there, right there. Yeah, we're fine. We'll just move Yunaka into position. We want to wait around here. Move you up. Move you up. Heal him. There we go. Got Jean into position pretty much. We'll go ahead and activate it because we're right around the corner and we want to save as many precious minutes as we can. We're just so, like, well into the time of this episode.
The other door has opened up. I think we can finally head toward the emblem.
Indeed we can, but we won't because she's going to come to us.
Incredible! I will have to give this my all.
She's going to transform now. And here's the thing that you need to know about Tiki is that we cannot cheese her like... Oh, shit, I forgot about you. That's fine. You're pretty close. And I'm going to use Anna's Meal to instantly give us Celica back. And we're fully healed. We cannot cheese Tiki like we have all the other dragons because Tiki is not a flyer. She's just a dragon. We also can't even... You may be thinking, oh, well, just use Amir. Well, it reduces the damage from effectiveness. So while Amir would still be good, it's not the instant win that you're thinking it is. So let's go ahead and get closer. Keep healing you up. And Alfred, you activated it this turn, so you can't move right now. But we're going to activate Sigurd so we can get him in the battle. This is something that I haven't explained about Tiki yet, since we have to fight her. So, you know how every emblem has their own emblem attack? That's hers. It's not an attack, it's a support move, and it can give any one of your characters, or in this case, the enemy, an extra life stone. For that purpose alone, Tiki is easily A+ tier. Like, when I say A+, I don't mean like the grade A+. I mean A or higher. Yeah. You don't want to sleep on Tiki. She's incredible. But we'll get more into that later when we're actually going over what all of her stats and whatnot are.
Yes.
I say stats. You know what I mean. All of those guys are in position now, so we engage you, get you moving along very, very fast. Again, how the fuck can you call Sigurd bad? Like, what's wrong? What is wrong with you? Okay, we do take the hit, but we can retaliate. I do wish I could move just a little bit further. An extra 5 spaces and I'd be able to nuke these guys, but not going to be able to do it. Instead, what we're going to need to do is we need to kill this dragon and then form a bubble around Etier, because this is your move, and we can protect her just right.
Don't worry, I'm fine.
That said, I need you to... Oh, you can't retaliate with the 3 range one. So it's alright, we can take this pop shot for free. If this doesn't work, then pull away.
I can still...
Oh, yeah, you have an extra... You have extra bar of health anyway, so we need to use Chloe. Thing is, Chloe kind of needs to dodge. And that might be an issue. What if, instead of dodging, we just warp Ragnarok to get a shit ton of... No. Well, it would stop... him from responding. Alternatively, there's one more way. We haven't done this yet.
Emblem, engage!
And we attack with a combat art. Fallen Star. That'll one-shot. And we guaranteed dodge the next attack.
Now you know your limits.
Perfect. Honestly, you can wait there. That's fine. Even though you have advantage, I don't want to put you in range of these guys. I don't want you to suffer from success, so instead I'm going to put you here, and I will go ahead and engage so we can have the rapier out. If we do manage to dodge, then they're just dead. Very, very dead. Now we can move Anna out of the way, get Jean on the job, and then Celine is still in range to help. You need to get closer so that next turn you actually will be helpful. Alright.
I won't falter.
As I said, very, very dead. And then this guy is... Nope, he broke us, so we don't get to kill him this turn. That's fine. That is what Alfred is here for. Out of curiosity, actually. No, it's in... No. Hit W. We can try to crit you, but that's unlikely. Instead,
Whatever
what if
you
we
say.
just shot you? Okay. Follow it up. Okay. Follow it up with that. I know you can't see it, but I have my face buried in my palm. We have plenty of time crystals. Let's back it up and just get us some EXP on Anna. First, we're going to go over here. And I want to use Houses Unite, because this is going to absolutely destroy Tiki.
Don't waste my time.
A very, very powerful attack. Very much like that one. We will move over here so we can grant support. And then you will, this time, secure the kill. Perfect.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Nice. And then we're going to finish you off with a Lodestar Rush. We'll go ahead and stack on the Mercurius EXP bonus. That'll finish him off. And Marth, if I remember correctly, has something he wants to say to Tiki.
I was wondering, Do you enjoy being a divine dragon?
I didn't always, but now, yes. I think I do. It taught me what I'm truly capable of.
I see. I'm very curious to learn all about you. Will you tell me more about yourself?
Of course. I will tell you all that I can.
Well, Tiki, it sure has been a while. I'm glad to see you. How have you been?
Mama! I'm so glad to see you. I've been doing so well.
If we win this battle, I hope we can fight side by side again. I'd feel better having you as my ally.
Of course. I would love to travel with you once more. And then we can chat forever and ever.
My prayers are with you.
That's the end of it. Oh, we finally brought this to a close. We also got everything. So, thank God for that. I have definitely panicked before and thought, oh my god, I just finished the chapter. Did I get everything?
Incredible. I tried
But
my
I'm not going to
very
gaslight
best,
myself.
but you still won. You showed me your true essence as well. Even in battle, you were warm and kind. I would be ever so glad to help you. I quite look forward to working together.
Thank you, Tiki. It's very reassuring to have you on our side.
Is it just me or are they levitating above the ground?
I'm flattered to hear
I feel
you
like
say so.
Alir is a little too
and it's
high
not
up
just
to be
you.
actually on
My
the
bracelet
ground.
friends are here as well. I'm sure they would be happy to help.
You mean there are even more bracelet emblems here in Elyos?
Yes, we just arrived recently. I'll tell you where they are, so you can go and meet them. I do believe they are all sleeping. I only hope they're having good dreams. I used to have terrible nightmares about turning into a beast and hurting people.
That must have been awful. I'm so sorry.
It was. But it's better now. I don't have those scary dreams anymore. And now that I'm with you, I think my dreams will only be happy ones. That's why I'm so grateful not to be alone. I want to become friends with all your friends.
That won't be a problem. You're bound to get along well with everyone.
I cannot wait to meet them. Let's be on our way. Mama, I'm so delighted to see you again.
It's a relief to see you as well. Now I can fulfill the promise I made to protect you.
I'm glad you remember. I never forgot. Now that we're reunited, I know I have nothing to fear. This will be so much fun.
With you by my side, Tiki, I'm sure I can take on any battle. Together, we will protect Elyos.
I promise to give it my all. I can't wait to travel with you again. There is so much for us to talk about, and so many adventures to be had.
Indeed. We have a lot to catch up on, and just as much to look forward to.
Oh, Mama. I missed you so much.
Emblem Tiki has a lot to offer, but not enough time to talk about it. So, in the next episode, we'll go over that. But before we transition to the end of the video, there's one more thing we need to do, and that is we gotta hunt down this damn dog. Tell me there's a dog here. First off, berries. And yes, dog, come with me. You will be my ore slave forevermore. Let's head over this way. Can I get some ores, please? Yes, steel ingots. 6 of them. That's not bad at all. And preferably get some iron as well, because I'm pretty sure you can't get silver here, so I'm not going to be asking too much. But I would take... I'll take some bond fragments, but I want those iron ingots. Yes, 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 yes. Now let's just go ahead and use the menu to get out of here. Let's depart to the Somniel. 700 bond fragments. There is no post-chapter story progression because that was a divine paralogue. So yeah, we're done here. We're back in the Somniel. I do want to point out one thing. Actually, we went to the Somniel, not the map, so I'll point it out in the next episode. You guys have sat through this long enough, and I'm sure by the time you've gotten to the end of this video, you are tired of hearing my voice. So, thank you all for watching. And in the next one, we will continue the main story, but we will cover how Tiki works. So, I will see you then.